it comes to business dress codes, classical conservative attire is the norm for both men and women in British culture. Dark colors such as black, dark blue, and charcoal gray are predominant. It is common for women to wear either trousers or a skirt in an office environment. A headscarves are accepted as part of religious freedom. Many senior managers are fond of quality and express their status through their choice of clothing. Shopping in a designer boutique is popular among British society, and bespoke suede designer shirts, silk ties, and handmade shoes are signs of affluence and status. Denim is not normally acceptable for professional business meetings, and the Scots don't wear kilts to work. When in doubt about the dress code for a particular business event, it is advisable to overdress it rather than risk making a poor impression. It is always relatively easy to hire suitable attire for special events. Your efforts will be appreciated and you'll feel that you are fitting in. Many organizations provide to non-professional employees with a work-based uniform, which enables everyone to look corporate and reflects a certain image of the company. The type of the uniform, whether smart or more casual, will give you a good understanding of type of organization and the culture to be found there. Many companies are adopting informal smart casual uniforms, which are comfortable to wear, but still present a professional image for the company. Dress codes vary across industries. In the creative sectors, e.g. digital marketing, a more relaxed dress code is common, just a shirt and trousers. Numerous office-based organizations have introduced Casual Friday, Casual Day, or Dress Down Friday, where a more relaxed dress code and hopefully increase creativity is encouraged based on California-inspired .com business culture. If unsure of the dress code, what to wear, it is perfectly acceptable to ask a representative from the company. It is often better to find out in advance so you can make any necessary change before your introduction to the company. This will put you at ease and make you more relaxed in your encounters with the company representatives.
My topic is behavior. The can sometimes be a fixed format, so it's important to make a contact. It is not considered polite to ask someone about their age or income. So when you first met someone, try to have a simple talk about how they are and what they have been doing. People are more reserved, as always. I need to be away when meeting new people. Longer eye contact can make people uncomfortable. Although rich and separate, reserved and fierce, you will soon realize who welcome and hospitable they really are. The Britons have a first name and a last name instead of two, and only family and friends use the first names. When a woman married happens to have the last name of her husband. Sir is a British little title for men who have remembered free service to their country.
My topic is entertain. The first point is about the gift. Gift giving is no usual part of British business ethic, although reciprocation is good practice when gifts are received. Some organizations are encouraged not accept any form of gift, and some are prevented for doing so on legal grounds. However, where a gift is offered, it is important to ensure that it's not expensive enough to be considered a breach or so inexpensive as to be considered an insult. And the second point is about the business people prefer to business to entertainment at home or in a restaurant. Unlike many European cultures, the British enjoy entertaining people in their homes. Although the British value punctuality, you might arrive 10 and 20 minutes later than invite to dinner. However, it's going to a restaurant via time. If invited to a meal at restaurant, the person extending the invitation usually pays. Do not argue about the check, simple reciprocation and a later time. Do not rest your elbows on the table. Which topics are best avoid for small talk? You may need to be careful when you talk about some topic, especially with people that you only just meet people who are older than you, people who appear to have a strong religion or political view, or people who may have some personal problems or sensitivity. For example, vacation if you discuss these subjects. For example, the age, how old are you, or religion do you believe in good? Which topics are safe for small talk? For example, introduction, hello, my name is Steven, or about the travel, did you have a good journey?
My topic is meeting. In general, the British value timekeeping for a business arrangement. If you select a meeting for 2 o'clock, the chances are your counterpart will arrive on time or just before. It is considered very unpolite to arrive late for a business meeting. If your delay is inevitable and you arrive late, it is usually sufficient to excuse yourself with an apology. If, however, you are running more than a few minutes late, you should call ahead to apologize and give an indication of how long you will be. In the case of a longer delay that would compromise the value of attending the meeting, you should consider often to postpone the meeting to a new time or day. The busier people are, the greater the likelihood that they will have to leave for another engagement, so respecting their time is very important. There is still some protocol to follow when introducing people in a business or more formal social situation. There is often a class distinction with the upper class holding onto the long-standing tradition. Introduce a younger person to an older person. Introduce a person of lower status to a person of higher status. When two people are of similar age and range, introduce the one you know better to the other person. How meetings are conducted is often determined by the composition of people attending. If everyone is at the same level, there is generally a free flow of ideas and opinions. If there is a senior ranking person in the room, that person will do most of the speaking.
The fundamental principles of business culture in the United Kingdom are courtesy, politeness, discipline, and punctuality. Appearance and handshake is the norm. There are no uses ever gender in the United Kingdom. Mainly any content that is the greeting, but avoid anything for lunch. The British might seem a little stiff and formal at first. Punctuality is important in a business situation. In most cases, the people you are meeting, you will be on time. Call if you will be even 5 minutes later than agreed. There more will be a brief amount of small talk before getting down to the business at hand. There is still some protocol to follow when introducing people in a business or more formal social situation. Most people use the courtesy their titles, both Mr., Miss, and Miss, and in their surnames. Why until invite before moving to our first name basis. The British can be quite formal and sometimes prefer to work with people and companies they know or who are known to their associates. The younger generation, however, is very different. They do know their long-standing personal relationships before they do know business with people.
and do not require an intermediary to make business introductions. Not headed to the networking and relations building is often key to a long-term business, such as most British and business people look for long-term relationships with people that you do business with and will be counted if you are able to be gone after quiet deal.